Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So if you're wondering why I lost the intro, it's because the editing software, I looked back on the videos and the editing software made the videos a really low quality. So I'm not going to be using that editing software anymore. I don't know if I will ever use an editing software, but my videos should be fine without it. But anyways, thank you for all the likes and subscribes. I noticed I got a few new subscribers and people who have commented on my videos telling me that I did a great job, and I want to thank you for that. So anyway, let's go into the video. So here you can see that today we have a marginal risk. Whoops, that's a bit okay, there we go. Today we have a marginal risk of severe weather across some of the mid-Atlantic into the New England areas here. This does include areas like, Boston, Massachusetts, Worcester, Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts, Hartford, Connecticut, and Manchester, New Hampshire. This also does extend into portions of Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and also portions of Vermont and New Hampshire. You know, they don't get a lot of severe weather. They are probably not accustomed to this, but there is no tornado threat, just a wind and hail, or a wind threat. Just a wind threat today. And then tomorrow we do have a marginal risk of severe weather across portions of Oklahoma, Nebraska, and Kansas. Now I would say that they're probably pretty familiar with these storms here. They probably get a lot of severe storms out there. You know, they do get a lot, but Dixie Alley into the southeast also is pretty accustomed to it. But there's a small wind threat over areas of Kansas and Oklahoma. But the main threat looks to be hail. It spans over a wider area. You can see here the hail threat over the plains here. So there doesn't look to be a tornado threat or anything with that system. And then on the 15th, we do have what looks to be a slight risk over the north central United States, over Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, and South Dakota. Also a larger marginal risk that extends further into Nebraska and Kansas. Also Missouri, Illinois, portions of Iowa, and also even portions of Montana up there. Or not Montana, Minnesota, excuse me. And then even into Wisconsin. On day 4, we have a large slight risk of severe weather extending from the Great Lakes all the way back down into the southern plains. This looks to be a severe weather event. It has a slight risk of severe weather for it. I'll let you know if anything changes with this. And then another slight risk of severe weather that extends from the Ohio Valley down into the southern plains again. And then on day 6, we have another severe weather event that is mainly focused on the Mississippi River Valley down into the southern plains. So, day 7 and day 8 do not have a severe weather threat as of now. So we're going to look at the 6 to 10 day outlook. This is valid from April 20th through the 24th. This was issued yesterday. You can see the eastern United States, especially focused on the southeast, is going to be above average temperature-wise. And then the western United States should be below average during this time frame. The 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook looks to be largely above average for the Central Plains. Also, a lot of the United States here will be above average precipitation-wise. This is for the same time frame, and then out toward the west, they should be below average precipitation-wise here. I'm not sure if the fires are still ongoing out there, but again, a large portion of the east in the 8 to 14 day outlook for temperatures, the 22nd through the 28th time frame, they will be above average for most of the east. and then below average for the northwestern United States back into North Dakota. The 8 to 10 day precipitation outlook again has that bullseye towards the southern plains and also over Arkansas there. Probably due to the rounds of severe weather expected, maybe that might be a factor. Although the severe weather did fall outside of that, it was in the 5 to 6 days range that they were supposed to get severe weather down there, but still, they are expected to get pretty good precipitation out there into the southern plains and even into the southeast somewhat, and below average precipitation expected for the west. So let's move on to the National Weather Service Watch Warning Advisory display. Let's see, these out west look to be high wind watches and fire weather watches. So these are expected to, there's expected to be fire weather conditions out for the Southwest and the Four Corner states, mostly New Mexico. Let's see what these alerts are. These are actually frost advisories going for Illinois and Indiana here across central portions of the states. They're expecting some frost there, and then there's actually some severe thunderstorm warnings out here for New York. So severe thunderstorm warnings out for Onotna. I probably got that name wrong, but and then just outside of Elmira. So severe thunderstorm warnings are expected, or severe thunderstorm conditions are expected, I should say. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let's refresh the map here. So there are some severe thunderstorm warnings out. Maybe I can... Sorry if this is a bit slow. But it's along Interstate 88 here by the Cannonsville Reservoir. And then this one, it's for Wellsburg, Barton, Spencer, Athens Township, and Athens. Athens Township and Athens would be in Pennsylvania, and the rest of the towns that I named will be in New York. Sorry, that was our dryer that just went off. I don't know if y'all could hear that buzzing, but... Anyway, sorry if this is a bit slow zooming in. So this is just to the east of State College in Pennsylvania. And that's about it for the nation here. Relatively dry. You could see a few spotty showers out here, out towards the Four Corner states and the southern plains. And some rain out here off the coast on the eastern seaboard here, but nothing really much other than that. And the current mesoscale discussions, showers and weak embedded thunderstorms may be accompanied by small hail and locally strong surface gusts, which may approach severe limits. So winds should stay less than or equal to 60 miles per hour within this area, and hail would be less than or equal to 1 1/4 inches, which is barely above severe weather limits. There's our dryer again. Let's see. Okay, Weather Prediction Center. Let's see. Thunderstorms in southern Colorado with mixed precipitation into more central portions of it, and then California could see a few thunderstorms out there. Spotty rain showers generally possible around this region, and even some mixed precipitation up here in Colorado. Hard to believe it's April 15th and we're talking about mixed precipitation. Even into the northeast, you could see some mixed precipitation there. Thunderstorms here along the coast. There could be some thunderstorms further inland, but snowfall for some of the Great Lakes. We're still talking about snowfall for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's kind of crazy. We're still seeing snowfall. I don't know how unusual it is for those areas. Probably not too unusual for areas like the Upper Peninsula. but still it's April, and stuff like this does not happen that much in April, especially in the southern United States. Let's see. This is the day 3 to 7 hazards outlook for let's see. So I'm trying to see what time frame. Oh, April 17th through the 21st, 3 to 7 day hazard outlook. Severe weather possible for these areas in here. And let's see. This one out here in the Central Plains is for the 17th, and then this one out here is for the 18th for severe weather. Heavy rainfall still possible, even some frost and freeze possible for Pennsylvania. Here, let's see, high winds for the southwest there. Let's see. And there's also a critical wildfire risk. So a critical fire risk for areas in New Mexico and the southern plains there, in Texas there, a small portion of Texas. So today this is like the little special part to our video here. So So you can see here we have this from the National Weather Service NOAA dictionary. This is falls in the public domain, so it is not subject to any copyright restrictions. And supercell thunderstorm is potentially one of the most dangerous of the convective storm types, which basically means that it is a dangerous storm, and storms possessing this structure have been observed to generate a vast majority of long-lived, strong, and violent EF2 to EF5 tornadoes, as well as downburst damage and large hail. It is defined as a thunderstorm consisting of one quasi-steady. So the reason I'm highlighting this is I'm going to define that real quick. That basically means that it's it sounds like a fancy word. It's not really. It's just a word for a persisting rotating updraft. So a quasi-steady, one quasi-steady to rotating updraft, which may exist for several hours. So there might be rotating updrafts which may exist for, hours. Supercells usually move to the right of the mean wind. These are called right movers. Those are the ones that produce the tornadoes. Left movers don't really produce tornadoes, although they can. And they are favored with veering winds. Occasionally, the thunderstorms will move to the left of the mean wind. These thunderstorms are called left movers. These supercells typically don't last as long as their right mover cousins, and they usually only produce large hail and severe wind gusts in excess of 58 miles an hour. Left movers are favored when you have backing winds. Radar will observe essentially one long-lived cell, but small perturbations, I don't know what that means, to the cell may be evident. The strong updraft, the stronger the updraft, the better chance that the supercell will produce severe weather, basically. Severe supercell development is most likely in an environment possessing great buoyancy, and let's see, which basically means CAPE, which is just the amount of energy in the atmosphere. They typically only exist in high energy environments and large vertical wind shear, so the changing of the direction of winds with height. Like, let me just draw up an example real quick. If you can, let's see. You can look at the wind barbs, which are basically like how they show wind with height. And let's see. They'll look like this. And so let's say like at surface level, the winds are gusting to the south and west. And then a little bit above the surface, they're gusting to the west. And then a little bit more above the surface, they are gusting to the west, and so they veer with height. You could see that turning motion here of the wind with height there. And then, let's say actually this is the surface. Let's see. Yeah, this would be like a good environment for tornadoes if you could like see the wind barbs. A nice turning of the wind with height. That's basically what it's talking about, vertical wind shear. A bulk Richardson number, don't even know what that is. Between 15 and 35 favors supercell development. Typically, the photograph will look like a horseshoe. Let's see. Let me draw it up here. It'll look like this. So kind of like a little sickle shape somewhat. Let's see. I'm going to see what they're talking about, though, the horseshoe at the end. This is due to the wind speed increasing rapidly with height and the wind direction, either viewing or backing rapidly with height. Or veering. So that's kind of what a supercell looks like. And I can show you what it looks like on radar. So generally you're going to see something like this. This is like a definition of a classic supercell. So you'll see, and then like the heavier rain core will be right here. So let's just say that one is defined as the yellows. Let's say yellows, oranges, reds, and sometimes there can even be pinks and purples in there for the hail, because supercells generally produce hail. And then, like we got our yellows down here. And this is like, once you see like yellows and oranges pop up down here, that's probably a debris signature, which basically means like the tornado is picking up debris in the atmosphere, and the radar on the precipitation type, it thinks it is rain, so it picks it up like that. But whenever you look at the correlation coefficient, it basically means like radar detects raindrops, and whenever the radar detects something that's not the size of a raindrop or small hail in the atmosphere, it's a correlation coefficient drop. So basically you would see different colors appear. Like most of the time you would see lighter colors appear, like brighter colors most of the time whenever there's a drop, even going to like blue. But so sometimes it can be caused by very large hail, and most of the time it's caused by debris from a tornado. It really depends, you gotta know what you're looking at before you decide. And so what's happening here, why, you may be wondering, why is there a little like notch right there? Well, that is because whenever you have a supercell thunderstorm, supercell thunderstorms also consist of an inflow. They have to have like something to feed their updraft, which basically spirals, and it feeds the storm energy and moisture. And then sometimes like you might see a little bit of like blue shades, like if you're using one of the National Weather Service radar, you might see like a line of little blues. That is because something called an outflow, I believe that is what they call it. Also, there's probably going to be some gusty winds in this area as well. You could even see a shelf cloud on this side of it, which is basically a long lowering of the clouds. So anyways, if you have enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and also don't forget to check out EpicPen. They have, you could get it, it's a pen for a PC. It's pretty cool, you can get the free version, or you can get it for $2 a month. For $2 a month, you'd get on-screen text, you'd get fading ink, you'd get lines, circles, squares, and arrows. You can even get whiteboard and blackboard, and you can even get more colors. So anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.